Alright guys, so today we're going to be checking out the brand new Soundcore Sport X10. Now this is a new sport earbud from the company Soundcore, and I think this is going to catch a lot of people's attentions for a number of reasons. One, there's not really a lot of good sport earbuds out there, but Soundcore is one of those companies that's actually gained a lot of people's respect, so that when they release a new product, it already catches a lot of people's attention. Now this pair does come in at 79 bucks, and Soundcore found a way to release a sport earbud and also keep it compact at the same time. So we're going to talk about some of that. We're going to talk about features, what all comes inside the box, and see if it's worth that $79 price tag. So to start with, these are available in 3 different colors. You can see that I have the black model here, but there's also a whitish, goldish colored model, and they're going to be releasing a red model a little bit later. Now, as far as the technology, it does use Bluetooth 5.2. Now, it only has AAC and SBC playback, so there's no high-end Bluetooth codecs here, but I didn't notice any kind of compression in my audio. Also, because there's no low latency mode, I was kind of surprised that it worked with movies and videos without having any lag, but I did notice while using these with gaming, there is a slight lag there. So if you're looking for a pair to use for everything but gaming, this is one of those that I would recommend. Now, one of the biggest selling points with using the Sport X10 is it works with Soundcore's app. And Soundcore, just like Sony, I feel like has one of the best apps out there when it comes to true wireless earbuds. This is going to allow you to keep your earbuds updated. It also is going to let you see the battery level right there on the main screen. And with this being a sport pair, it actually gives you some breathing exercises that you can do. You can set it up to do a pre-workout breathing exercise or one afterwards. And it also gives you a relaxing sound option that you can play while doing this. So it's nice that it has this feature. Now, some other things within the app is it does have some pre-built EQ options. You can even go in and customize the EQ settings yourself. But this pair, just like every other Soundcore pair that I've tested, I like leaving it in that signature sound mode that it has right out of the box. And it also gives you the ability to toggle on and off that bass up feature. So if you want boosted bass, you can just simply switch that on. And if you think it's too much, you can just switch that off. And then another thing that the app allows you to do is it does give you controls over your actual controls. But let's go ahead and talk about the noise canceling and the transparency mode, because the Liberty 3 Pros I still feel like is one of the best pairs when it comes to active noise canceling. So with this being the same company, but with this pair being about $100 less, I wasn't expecting it to be on the same level as the Liberty 3 Pros. And I honestly will not say that it is on that level, but it's not far from it. I was really surprised at how good the active noise canceling is on this pair. It even does a really good job of blocking out talking. So on top of blocking out like engine noises and AC units and anything that has lower tones, it's starting to bump up and block out a lot of mid-range as well. So I was really impressed with the noise canceling. And the transparency mode on this pair is also very good. In fact, you can easily carry on a conversation without actually having to take the earbuds out. And obviously you can just switch both of those off and just listen to it in a normal mode. So it's nice that you have those 3 different options while using these. Now, as far as using them outdoors, because this is a sport pair, I was definitely gonna hope that they were gonna have a pretty high IP rating. They come in rated at IPX7. So this pair is waterproof, and that is surprising because this pair also has active noise canceling, because most noise canceling earbuds only come in rated at IPX4. So it is nice that you're getting very good noise canceling and also having a waterproof earbud at the same time. So you don't have to worry about rain, you don't have to worry about sweat and splashes and things like that. And if you just happen to drop them in the water, you don't have to worry that your earbuds are going to die. Now, as far as anything that they've included in the box, you do actually get 5 sets of silicone ear tips. And as far as the charging cable, they've included a USB-C cable. And you are going to have to use this cable because one feature that this pair does not have is the case is not a Qi wireless charging case. So you do have to use that USB-C cable. But speaking of the charging, battery life is another impressive feature on this pair because you can get up to 8 hours on the earbuds themselves with around 32 hours using the case. And if you do just happen to pick your earbuds up and they're dead, this pair also has a fast charge feature where a quick 10-minute charge will get you 2 hours of use. But now moving over to looking at the case and the earbuds themselves, like I said, in the past, anytime that I've tested sport earbuds, especially the ones with the hooks, you usually get a very large case. And I think they did a really good job of keeping this as compact as possible. You can see the lid on the top is kind of see-through. Now on the back, you have your USB-C input that's located right next to the pairing button. And then around on the front, you actually have 3 indicator lights. That way you can gauge how much battery life is on the case. And where those 3 lights are located, that's actually your push button to release the lid on these. And I like this feature because your lid's not just going to automatically pop open. And with a pair that you would probably throw in a gym bag, this is actually nice to have. But moving over to looking at the earbuds, to me what it looks like is they took the Liberty 3 Pros and they shrunk them down a little bit, and they added these silicone ear hooks that actually swivel. And this is what allows them to kind of fold down and be more compact in the case, because when they're swiveled inward, they kind of form to the shape of the earbuds and they don't take up a lot of space, but you can swivel them out and then it becomes the ear hook that goes around your ears, and it obviously becomes much bigger. But having those ear hooks means you're not gonna have a problem keeping these in your ears. I was able to do all kinds of different things and the earbuds did not move at all. And another choice that I like that they went with these is they went with a physical button instead of using touch controls. This again keeps from having accidental touches, and I'm also happy to say that they give you control over everything. So you have your play, your pause, the ability to skip your tracks forward, go backwards, you have volume control, and then you also have the ability to switch it between your noise canceling and your transparency mode, or just turning both of those off. Now for you guys that do like to use your earbuds for phone calls, this pair has 6 mics total. And again, this is another thing that's surprising because these are rated at IPX7. Usually when a pair has a high IP rating, it usually blocks the microphones. They're just usually not as good. And I was pretty impressed with how well it picks up my voice, but I was also impressed at how well it blocked out my surroundings. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here.
So here is the mic test using the Sport X10. And again, I am very surprised at how well it picks up my voice. It does sound slightly boomy as far as the bass goes, but there's not as much digital noise as there is with other earbuds. And I think most people are going to be very happy with the call quality. So this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here's the mic test with the crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public.
So now let's talk about the sound, because these are using 10mm dynamic drivers. And like I said, they have that bass up feature just turned on right out of the box. And they're also saying that they're using some sort of acoustic system. And the way that I can explain this is because of the bass up feature, it definitely has quite a bit of punch to it. But the acoustic system is allowing it to breathe more. It's giving your audio quite a bit more space. And the bass, although it has that thick punch to it, doesn't roll over your mids and your treble. Now, the mids and the treble, I will say, are not a very, very bright treble, and the mids are not boosted where, the singer sounds like they're right there in front of you. But you can tell that they boosted the mids just enough so that it didn't get buried in the mix. And the treble is tuned up just enough where it feels like it has a really good balance with that bass. So this isn't a harsh sounding treble, but it still pulls in a lot of details. And the mids, again, no matter what genre I was listening to, I had no issue hearing male or female vocalists. But I will say this, and this is definitely a complaint that I have. Again, maybe this is something they can fix in a firmware update, but I did feel like the volume could use probably 2 to maybe even 3 notches louder. Now, I was using these while cutting the grass, I had them at max volume, and again, it blocked out my surroundings fine, but I still felt like I wanted to turn it up a little bit more. Now, as far as the actual sound stage and the sound imaging, because it has that acoustic system where it's trying to give you space with everything, this definitely sounds like you're in a very large room. So they did a really good job here. And no matter what genre I was listening to, I was able to tell where different sounds were coming from, and it really did give me space between each instrument. So they definitely nailed the sound on these. Really, my only complaints is I do wish the volume can get a little bit louder. I am kind of spoiled by other earbuds that have Qi wireless charging, so I really would have liked to have seen that on this pair. But honestly, other than that, for a sport earbud or just an earbud in general, I feel like the sound is excellent. I feel like it's a very compact design overall to have this type of earbud. And the active noise canceling in the transparency mode is honestly some of the best that I've heard under $100. So I think as far as an overall package and this pair also working with Soundcore's app, this is really a no-brainer. But guys, that wraps up my video on the brand new Soundcore Sport X10. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.